This started at the beginning of my sophomore year of high school. Now the first thing that happened when I got to school was I saw my friend Marcus, and Marcus is a good friend of mine, and my friend Marcus comes by and there's this redheaded kid walking with him, and I'm like, hey Marcus, who's this? Marcus says, oh, this is just my friend Sam. He's pretty cool dude, you know, I think you'll like him. I was like, oh, cool. Now, I don't often have this problem where the second I meet someone, I immediately don't like them, but this was one of the cases. So, like, as soon as I met this kid and he, like, shook my hand, I looked at my hand and I was like, we're gonna be enemies. So, I'm at lunch, and we're walking to the library, because that was our hangout back then, because, you know, we weren't nerds, but we really didn't like hanging out with everyone else, because, like, lunch was loud and all they did was play the same music every day. And all of a sudden I hear that. Looking back, that might be a little bit confusing, but I hear running coming towards me, and I turn around, and Sam has stopped in front of me in that usual anime pose. You know, like whenever the samurai like slashes through like 20 bazillion guys, and he's like sitting there with his sword at his waist, and he's about to click it in, and then everyone's gonna cut apart. He was standing like that, or he was positioned like that, I should say. And he looks up at me, he's like, hello, Zach. So I said to myself, alright, whatever. Just be nice, you don't have to like this guy, you just have to be nice. So I'm like, hello, Sam. And I turn around, because, you know, I don't really want to talk to this kid. And I'm about to walk into the library when all of a sudden he taps me on the shoulder. I've been wanting to tell you this for the longest time. You're a nigger. And at that point, Marcus turned his back on Sam. He said, Zach, go at it. All right, I tried. You gave him a couple days, like I asked, and he disappointed you. I'm sorry. And that's when I clenched my fist, and he's prancing at like light speed, running like away from me. And I start chasing after him. And the whole time he's running, he's like prancing around saying, haters gonna hate, haters gonna hate, haters gonna hate, for 10 straight minutes of me chasing after this kid. So eventually he had ran past the principal, said, I pissed off a senior, please protect me, and then he runs off. And so I turn the corner and the principal says, Zach, are you the senior who got pissed off? I was like, I don't know, did a redheaded kid come by here? And she goes, yes. Zach, what did he do? And I straight up told her, and she looked at me, she looked back at where he went, and she goes, he went that way. So I find this kid, and I'm like ready to beat the crap out of this kid. When he looks at me, he goes, wait, man, I'm sorry, it was just a joke, you know? I let this kid go, and for about 2 weeks, everything's okay. Like, he'll pop by, and he'll say something to Marcus and then leave. October, when he comes to school, it wasn't Halloween, but he came to school dressed as a furry. He comes to school dressed as a furry. And of course he's immediately made fun of. Not by me. I mean, like, I laugh at it because, like, you know, it's funny. He's a dude dressed as a furry and he's running around school. And he'd run through school like Naruto. No, like Sonic. So, like, his feet would, like, extend extremely far in front of, like his feet would extend up to his chin as he like ducked and ran with his arms behind his back, and that was hilarious. But I wasn't like the kind of guy who wanted to go make fun of him. So of course we and my friends, we go to the back of the library, we start talking about it, and then Marcus is sitting there. He's like, I don't know. The next day he comes back to school again dressed like a furry, and he looks at me and he says, "I'm not a furry. I'm a demon." Okay. I ignore him. Even for like the next 2 weeks, and he's like constantly telling me that he's a demon. There was a time where he actually read my past, but I used to be a slave owner in the past life. Apparently I said the N-word more than anyone. Right now I say the N-word more than anyone. So I always ignore him, and I wore a cross in sophomore year, so every time he'd come by and like he was starting to annoy me, I'd pull my cross out and hold it out to him, which would ward him off. So he'd run off and he'd be like, "Curse is foiled again." Until one day, we're in the library and it's raining. So you know when it's raining, everyone runs to like the library or the theater, or they just they get to like indoors. And he points at me and he goes, "Zach! You wish to be a demon hunter? Well, hunt me." And he gets into Piccolo's stance. And he's like, "Where are you going? Running off like a bitch?" And so I turned around, laughing like I'm dying. I'm trying not to hold it in and seem tough, because I've just been called out in front of half the school. And I'm like, "Sam, I'm not gonna fight you because, well, I like to think I'm an adult now." And he says, "You are a pussy." And so, I shit you not, he jumps down off of the chair, and I turn around because like I'm not dealing with this, and all of a sudden I hear, and I had to stop because I felt like a very light tap on my back, but it may have been a light tap, but it made a very loud smack. Like, it felt like this, but it sounded like this. And I had to turn around, and the kid's stuck in like a major fighting pose. So at that point, in front of half the school, I couldn't just stop, could I? Like, I couldn't just walk away from that. I'm black. Like, I'll just be made fun of if I walk away from getting falcon punched. So, of course, I turn around, and Sam, he jumps back, ready to strike again. And I'm like, "Alright, you really want to fight me? I'll fight you." So I get into like, a normal fighting stance, like a normal all-American, I know how to whoop your ass kind of fighting stance. And Sam readies up another falcon punch when all of a sudden the ninja of the school sprints in and stopped. Like, I didn't even see this dude appear, so I was so crazy out of it. Like when he was just like, "No, Sam! Zach's too powerful." And I like, oh my god, the whole situation got diffused because I was cracking up when all of a sudden he says, "Move out of the way, Andrew!" And I'm on the floor dying. Like half of the library is just cracking up, snickering themselves so they can hear this. When all of a sudden he's like, "I won't let you attack him. You'll die." So they start fighting. Now they didn't start fighting like I thought they were, because what happened was it was a karate chop battle. It was straight up a karate chop battle. Like, they looked at each other like this. I was like, oh crap, this is gonna be some. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Like straight up Mac from have you guys seen Sunny in Philadelphia? Mac. It was just two Macs fighting. Just and I look over at my friend Marcus, my friends Marcus, Atticus, and Jack, and I go, guys, we need to become demon hunters. And my friend Marcus is like, what? I was like, yeah, I'll be a demon hunter. Marcus, you're a vampire hunter. Atticus, you get werewolves because you know that's next. And Jack, you're with me. Hey guys, a lot of time and effort went into making that video. As usual, like, subscribe, comment below. If you didn't like the video, let me know. Give me some feedback. Follow me on Twitter. Zigo is all 6s and 7s. Find me on Facebook. Check out Tonedef Hiphop. He's in the description below. And as usual, love life, love God, pursue happiness.